Somewhere along the way, you were taught to shrink. You learned to nod when you wanted to speak. You learned to smile when you wanted to scream. They applauded your patience while draining your strength, and you called it kindness, when in truth, it was chains. This wasn't your nature, it was your training, a script written for you before you even knew how to question it. They didn't just want you polite, they wanted you manageable. But here's the fracture in their plan. The moment you decide you will not apologize for existing, the entire structure of control starts to crumble. Your weakness wasn't born with you. It was installed, quietly, systematically, like a virus. A few lines of code hidden in your mind. Forgive those who betray you. Be patient with those who use you. Don't make anyone uncomfortable. It sounds noble. It feels safe. But these lines are poison disguised as wisdom. Weakness isn't harmless. It's a magnet for predators. Weakness is a signal that you can be broken. The world does not reward your intentions. It rewards the image you project. Look fragile, and you'll draw the wolves. Be endlessly forgiving, and betrayal becomes routine. Be kind without power, and you'll meet people who will smile as they take from you. Machiavelli knew this centuries ago. Do not obsess over being loved. Be feared or be forgotten. Because weakness isn't noble, it's an open invitation to be dominated. Society hides this truth with bedtime stories. Nice guys win in the end. Patience always pays off. If you just keep being good, people will see your worth. That's not the language of winners, it's the language of servants. The cost of weakness starts small. Lost respect, ignored words, fading presence. Then it escalates. Betrayal, loss of control, living on other people's terms. Weakness isn't just a lack of strength, it's a habit. Over-explaining, asking when you should take, reacting when you should be calculating, calling fear morality to feel better about surrendering. Why do people stay weak? Not because they love it, because it's familiar. Comfort feels safer than change, and comfort always lies. From birth, you were surrounded by soft poison. Be a good person. Wait your turn. Don't make waves. Good people are predictable. Predictable people are easy to control. Machiavelli didn't romanticize this. He said it plainly. Power is not given, it's taken. And the first step to taking it is tearing away the lies. The lie of moral superiority? Those who win aren't the most moral, they're the most strategic. The lie of time? Time is not your ally, it's a predator. Every moment you hesitate, someone hungrier is taking what could be yours. The lie of equality? Equality is a story told to keep you docile. The lie of stability? Stability is a padded cell, comfortable, but it kills your hunger. The lie of guilt. Guilt is the leash on your neck, making you say yes when you should walk away. To escape weakness, you must be violent with the truth. No one is coming to save you. You must become the one they can't ignore, control, or predict. Weakness lives in emotion. Strength lives in strategy. The cure isn't motivation, it's calculation. Your first task? Stop reacting. Start calculating. Emotional people are predictable, and predictable people are controllable. If they can provoke you, they can steer you. If they can win your sympathy, they can win your compliance. Every move should serve a purpose. Gain leverage, preserve reputation, expand influence, or remove an obstacle. You are not here to express your feelings, you are here to build power. Your second task? Detach from outcomes. Emotional people cling to results. Strategic people focus on positioning. If a plan fails, they pivot. If someone leaves, they replace, not chase. Your third? Use emotion as a weapon, never as a guide. Appear kind, but remain unreadable. Smile, but calculate. Let warmth lower their guard while your silence chooses the moment to act. The strongest people have fire in their ambition, but ice in their core. Not cruelty, clarity. The clarity to say, This no longer serves me, it's gone. To cut off what weakens you without ceremony. From now on, every choice runs through one question. Does this make me stronger or weaker? If weaker, burn it. If softer, silence it. If slower, walk away. The root of weakness isn't fear, doubt, or guilt, it's attachment. And attachment is the silent rope pulling you away from power. The moment you can't walk away, you're already owned. The man who needs nothing cannot be controlled. Even more dangerous than attachment to people is attachment to your image. The need to be liked, to be the good one. This bends you into rooms you should be dominating. You must kill the softer version of yourself, the one who tolerated too much, waited too long, and apologized too quickly. Reinvent yourself without warning. Burn the comfort that kept you still. Detach from your obsession with outcomes. Stop needing life to follow your script. Power comes when you no longer fear losing. A man who can walk away from anything cannot be threatened. That's when you stop playing the game and start controlling it. Once you strip away every attachment, something shifts. It's not louder confidence. It's a colder, sharper certainty. You stop moving to please. You stop explaining your choices. You stop reacting to noise. The old you, hesitant, apologetic, waiting for permission, is gone. You've burned it. What's left is a presence that doesn't need to be loud to be felt. A quiet storm people sense before they see it. You've replaced guilt with clarity, fear with calm, attachment with distance, and in that distance, you become unreadable. People notice. You don't flinch anymore. You don't chase. You don't play the agreeable role they depended on. This isn't arrogance. It's authority. Authority earned by enforcing boundaries so consistently that people self-censor around you. You don't demand respect. You make disrespect feel dangerous. The rise isn't dramatic, it's internal. And because it's internal, no one can take it from you. Not failure, not betrayal, not isolation. You no longer measure your worth by who stays or leaves. You measure it by who adapts to your pace, respects your absence, and studies your moves instead of challenging your words. You don't speak to justify, you speak to direct. You don't engage in conflict to prove a point. You end it before it begins. You carry a stillness that works like gravity, silent, invisible, impossible to ignore. Your independence has made you unstoppable. The man who needs no one is the hardest man to control. You've absorbed one of Machiavelli's hardest truths. The most powerful man is the one who has removed every weakness without apology. He doesn't announce his moves, he makes them and others adjust. Let them call it cold. The dangerous don't defend their methods. They focus on results. And the result you choose is always the same: control. Over yourself first, then over your environment. This power wasn't luck. It was carved, choice by choice. Every time you enforced a boundary, stayed silent instead of reacting, walked away instead of explaining, you sharpened the blade. You are no longer the one who gets hurt. You are the one who gets remembered. The dangerous man isn't the one who shouts. It's the one whose calm silence makes people more uneasy than a raised voice ever could. You now operate above emotion. You see betrayal before it arrives. You replace loyalty with usefulness. And when someone crosses the line, you don't debate, you erase. You've become dangerous not because you want to harm, but because you need no one enough to be harmed. And that terrifies the weak. You've stopped chasing peace. You've become it. People either adapt to your presence or remove themselves. You don't bend to fit their comfort. You make them adjust to your silence. You didn't rise to inspire. You didn't rise to prove anything. You rose because you refused to stay weak. Now, even in a room full of noise, your stillness is the loudest thing there. This is what it means to be dangerous. To no longer be accessible to the world that once drained you. To be the unspoken consequence hanging in the air when people think about crossing you. You were not born weak. You were made weak, shaped by rules you didn't choose, softened by guilt you didn't deserve, controlled by emotions that weren't yours. But that person is gone. You've burned the need to be liked. You've reclaimed your edge, turned hesitation into precision, dependence into self-command. You are not cold because you hate. You are cold because you see. You don't move to fit in. You move to take ground. You don't speak to be heard. You speak to be obeyed. You've stripped every flaw they praised, built a mind that doesn't break under pressure. Now you don't react. You disappear. And when you return, the board has shifted in your favor. You've become the presence they can't read, the calm before something irreversible, the weight they feel even after you've left. Now power feels natural, not because you fought harder, but because you stopped giving them the fight they expected. You removed their access. You became unreachable, and that made you unforgettable. This isn't about fear for fear's sake. It's about becoming so complete within yourself that no one can shake you, use you, or bend you. You are no longer breakable. You are your own weapon now. Calm, cold, calculated. If you felt that shift, if something in you woke up, remember, what comes next is not for everyone, but you're no longer everyone. You're the consequence. If you've made it this far, you're not just scrolling, you're searching for something deeper. Thanks for trusting me with your mind. If this spoke to you, like the video, hit subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to reclaim their power. Until next time, stay sharp and think deeper.